Job chapter 11. Zophar, God sees iniquity. Then Zophar, the Naamathite, answered and said, Should so many words go unanswered? Is a man justified by his lips? Will your idle talk silence men, and will no one rebuke you when you mock? For you have said, My teaching is flawless, and I am pure in your eyes. But if only God would speak and open his lips against you and show you the secrets of wisdom, for sound wisdom has two sides. Know that God has forgotten some of your iniquity. Can you discover the mystery of God? Can you find the limits of Shaddai? They are higher than the heavens. What can you do? They are deeper than Sheol. What can you know? Its measure is longer than the earth and wider than the sea. If he comes by and imprisons or convenes a court, who can prevent him? For he knows deceitful men when he sees wickedness. Does he not consider it? But a witless man will gain understanding. When a wild donkey's colt is born to a human being, if you devote your heart to him and spread out your hands to him, if you put the wickedness that is in your hand and allow no iniquity to abide in your tent, then you will lift up your face without reproach. You stand firm and without fear. You will forget your trouble, and you will remember it like water that has flowed away. Life will be brighter than noonday, darkness like the morning. You will be confident because there is hope. You will look about you and lie down in safety. You will lie down with no one to make you afraid. Then you will seek your favor. But the eyes of the wicked will fail, and escape will elude them. Their only hope is their dying breath. Job chapter 12. Job, everything is in his hand. Job responded and said, Without a doubt you are people, and wisdom will die with you. But I have in mind as well as you, I am not inferior to you. Who does not know these things? I have become a laughingstock to my friend. Though I called on God and he answered, a righteous and blameless man is a laughingstock. Contempt for calamity is a thought of one at ease, prepared for those whose foot slips. The tents of marauders prosper, and there is a security for those who provoke God, for those to whom God brings in his hand. But now ask the animals, and they will teach you, or the birds of the sky, and they will tell you, or speak to the earth, and it will teach you, or the fish of the sea, and they will inform you. Which of these does not know that the hand of Adonai has done this? In his hand is the life of every creature, and the breath of all human race. Does not the ear test words as the palate tastes food? Is not wisdom with the aged, and understanding bring long life? With him are wisdom and power, counsel and understanding are his. If he tears down, it cannot be rebuilt. One he imprisons cannot be released. If he holds back the waters, they dry up. If he releases them, they destroy the earth. With him are power and sound wisdom, both deceived and deceiver are his. He leads counselors away stripped, and makes judges into fools. He loosens the bond of the kings, and binds a loincloth around their waists. He leads priests away stripped, and overthrows the rulers. He silences the lips of trusted advisers, and removes the discernment of elders. He pours contempt on nobles, and loosens the belt of the mighty. He reveals the deep things of darkness, and brings utter darkness into light. He makes nations great, and destroys them. He enlarges the nations, and leads them away. He deprives the head of the people of earth of understanding, and causes them to wander in a pathless wasteland. They grope in darkness with no light. He makes them stagger like a drunkard. Job 13. Job challenges God. Indeed, my eye has seen it all. My ears have heard and understood it. What you know, I also know. I am not inferior to you. Still, I desire to speak to Shaddai and to argue my case with God. You, however, smear me with lies. You are worthless doctors, all of you. If only you would keep completely silent. For you, that would be wisdom. Now hear my arguments. Listen to the contentions of my lips. Will you speak unjustly in God's behalf? Will you speak deceitfully for him? Will you show him partiality? Will you argue the case for God? Would it turn out well if he examined you? Could you deceive him as you deceive a man? He would surely rebuke you if you secretly showed favoritism. Would not his majesty terrify you and the dread of him fall on you? Your maxims are proverbs of ashes, your defenses are defenses of clay. Be silent and let me speak, then let come to me what may. Why should I take my flesh in my teeth and my life in my hands? Even if he slays me, I will wait for him. I will surely defend my ways before him. This too will be my salvation, for no godless can come before him. Listen and carefully to my words, and let my declaration be in your ears. See now I have prepared my case. I know that I will be vindicated. Who will contend with me? If so, I will be silent and die. Only two things do not do to me, then I will not hide from your face. Withdraw your hand far from me, and do not assail with me your terror. Then call, and I will answer, or I will speak, and you respond to me. How many are my iniquities and sins? Show me my transgressions and sin. Why do you hide your face and consider me your enemy? Will you frighten a windblown leaf and chase after dry chaff? For you write bitter things against me and make me inherit the iniquities of my youth. You put my feet in shackles and watch all my paths. You put marks on the soles of my feet, so he wastes away like something rotten, like a moth-eaten garment. Job chapter 14, Death and Resurrection. A mortal born of a woman is of few days and full of turmoil. Like a flower he comes up and withers, like a shadow he flees, and does not stay. Do you fix your eyes on such a one, and bring me for judgment with you? Who can make something pure out of the impure? No one. Since his days are determined, the number of his months is with you. You have set his limits, which he cannot exceed. Look away from him and let him alone until he finds his time like a hired laborer. At least there is a hope for a tree. If it is cut down, it will sprout again, and its shoots will not cease. Though its roots grow old in the earth, and its stem dies in the dry ground at the scent of the water, it will bud and sprout sprigs like a new plant. But man dies and is powerless. Man expires, and where is he? As water evaporates from the sea, and the river drains away and dries up, so a person lies down and does not rise until the heavens are no more. People will not wake or be roused from their sleep. Oh, that you would hide me in Sheol and conceal me until your wrath is past. Oh, that you would set a time for me and then remember me. If a man dies, will he live again? All the days of my hard labor I will exalt until my relief comes. You will call, and I will answer you. You will long for the work of your hands, for then you will number my steps. You will not keep track of my sin. My transgression will be sealed in a bundle and cover over my iniquity. Yet as a mountain falls away and crumbles, and rock is moved from its place, as water wears away stones and torrents wash away the soil, so you destroy a person's hope. You overpower him once for all, and he perishes. You change his appearance and send him away. If his sons achieve honor, he does not know it. If they are brought low, he does not perceive it. He only feels pain for his own flesh and mourns for his own soul. Eliphaz, Job chapter 15. Eliphaz rebukes Job. Then Eliphaz the Temanite responded and said, Does a wise man answer with empty knowledge, or fill his belly with the east wind? Does he argue with useless talk and words that have no value in them? You even do away with reverence and hinder devotion before God. For your iniquity prompts your mouth, and you choose the tongue of the crafty. Your own mouth condemns you, not I. Your own lips testify against you. Are you the first man to be born? Were you brought forth before the hills? Do you listen in on God's counsel? Do you limit wisdom to yourself? What do you know that we do not know? What do you understand that we do not understand? Both gray-haired and aged are with us, men even older than your father. Are the comforts of God too small for you, or a gentle word toward you? Why has your heart carried you away, and why do your eyes flash, so that you turn your spirit against God and bring such words out of your mouth? What is man that he could be pure, or one born of woman that he could be righteous? If he puts no trust in his holy ones, if even the heavens are not pure in his eyes, how much less man who is vile and corrupt, who drinks evil like water? I will tell you, listen to me, and what I have seen I will declare. What wise men have declared and not hide from their ancestors, to whom alone the land was given. When no foreigner passed among them, all his days the wicked suffers torment, and numbered are the years stored up for the tyrant. Terrifying sounds are in his ears. In a time of peace, marauders attack him. He does not expect to escape from darkness. He is destined for the sword. He wanders about for bread. Where is it? He knows that the day of darkness is at hand. Distress and anguish terrify him. They overpower him like a king poised to attack. For he raises his hand against God and flaunts himself against Shaddai, defiantly rushing at him with a thick, strong shield, because he covered his face with his fat and made his hips bulge with blubber. He lived in ruined cities, in houses with no inhabitants, in houses which no one inhabits, which are ready to crumble into heaps. He will not become rich, and his wealth will not endure, nor will his possessions spread over the land. He will not escape from the darkness. A flame will wither his shoots, and he will depart by the breath of his mouth. Let him not trust in emptiness, deceiving himself, for emptiness will be his reward. Before his day it will be paid in full, and his branch will not be green. He will shake off the unripe grapes like a vine, and cast off his blossoms like an olive tree. For the company of the godless is barren, and fire consumes the tents of bribery. They conceive mischief and bring forth evil, and their belly prepares deception.